I'm Dr. Robert Ambrose. I'm an engineer at the Johnson Space Center, and I'm serving as a principal investigator for GCD. I'm here because I've been working in the area of human robotic work systems, and that's a growing area that GCD thinks can change the way we do human spaceflight. I bring a unique perspective to GCD, having worked with both humans and machines, and I see a combination of human machines exploring the universe and being a part of the future chapters of the NASA story. So the idea of a principal investigator is new to NASA, and I've worked with other agencies that are doing research that have similar models for how a principal investigator might work. And so my biggest challenge is to work with GCD to define this role as a principal investigator, to work with them to formulate the model, try a few new things, and to execute. We're trying to change the way we actually do research, starting with new ideas, targeting old problems. We cannot afford to do things the way we've been doing them, and GCD offers an opportunity for us to rethink the old rules. What typically happens with teams is that when they're successful, we celebrate with a party and everybody pats each other on the back, and at that point we make a mistake. We often tear the team apart. But what we lost at that point was a team. So I've got a new idea there. The idea is to repurpose teams, especially successful teams. What I'd like is to give them a new challenge, something new to go do. That's incredibly powerful because the team is now formed. You might have to add in a few new players, but the idea of repurposing teams is new to NASA, and it's one that I'm going to be experimenting with. NASA's biggest problem is that it's got to make a huge impact in society to match the taxpayers' expectations, but we're doing it on a small budget. Everybody hears a lot about NASA, and I believe that there's a fundamental mismatch. People would expect that our budget might be much larger compared to other agencies that they hear a lot about, and it's not. So we've got a mismatch in expectations and the funding that we've got. But instead of complaining about that, I think it's a good thing that the country has high expectations for NASA. So the big challenge for us is to figure out how to do big things, but do it on a small budget. We just hit an incredible milestone just the other day. The Robonaut 2 system turned on for the first time on the International Space Station and moved under its own power. But there were a number of milestones before that. In fact, we've been working on the Robonaut project for 15 years. It's a vision that we've had for robots safely working side by side with astronauts, assisting humans as they explore space. 15 years, I think it's a good start. To really realize the potential of robot assistance, I think it's probably going to take more like 50 years, but I think we're off to a good start. The young people today that are joining NASA, they're recently coming into the agency, they're going to be in charge, and they've got new ideas. They've got a different expectation for what the agency can be and will be when they're running the place. So what I'm doing is working with young people today to make sure that they're properly calibrated, that they know that there should be nothing in their way. They should not accept barriers that should easily be removed. And when they're in charge someday, they won't stand for it, and they'll make sure that the next generation has an even better opportunity.